Steve Jordan here, editor of the Mover magazine, and I have a thought that I wanted to share with you. Now, any of you in Europe over the last few weeks will have noticed something extraordinary has happened. In the UK, in July, in my back garden, it got up to 40 degrees. And I know that elsewhere in Europe, it got even hotter than that. Now, 40 degrees in England is hot. It's very hot. I've never experienced anything like that before, neither has anybody else. We even had wildfires in London, can you believe? Wildfires. Entire streets destroyed by fire. That is extraordinary. Now, scientists have been telling us for 200 years that the Earth is warming up. And they've been telling us why. But it was only really, I suppose, in the 1980s that anybody began to take any of it seriously. And really, until 10 years ago, it didn't become mainstream that people would argue that this was a serious problem. Most people, even at that stage, were still doubters, and I would count myself amongst them. I was doubting too at that time. And the arguments that the doubters have put forward have evolved. It started with it's just ridiculous, it's just nonsense, it's poppycock. And that then moved on from that to become, well, it's just part of Earth's natural cycle. It's just the way things are. Temperatures go up, they come down, they go up, come down. When they realised that it was more than that, they said, well, yes, the temperatures are going up, but there's nothing that we can do about it. Now, those same people are saying, well, yes, okay, there are things that we can do about it, but it would completely destroy society if we did. Is that what you tree huggers are wanting? Really, we can't live without oil. Well, maybe they're right. I don't know. I'm no expert. I wouldn't know these things. We seemed to manage okay before they started digging it up. But maybe society has developed to the point where they're right. We really cannot live without oil. But I think most people now and most corporations recognise that something has got to be done, partly because they want to do the right thing, partly because they're frightened about what will happen if they don't do something. Everybody really wants to save the environment if they can. But how to do it? That's the question. Well, to be able to do it, the human race has always been very adaptable, very resourceful. That's why we have been so successful over such a long time. But the driver, in my opinion, that will make us do the things that we need to do will not be for the benefit of the environment. It will not be even for the benefit of our children and grandchildren. It will be money. It will be good old-fashioned loot that makes us do the things that we need to do. We have already arrived at a point where the public are concerned about the environment to the point where they are questioning what companies do and how they are protecting the environment and how the services that they are requesting from them are affecting the environment. Corporations have, for a long time, had environmental policies that they have to abide by and targets that they have to achieve. And any supplier that does not allow them to do that, does not help them do that, will not be a supplier for very long. So the thing that will change your company and my company and every company, in my opinion, will be when it starts to hit them in the pocket. And I think we're very close to that. In fact, I think it's already happening now. I know it's already happening now. And so my message in this story is that we all need to recognise that. And we all need to make the changes that we need to change. The changes that we need to make now. So that we can keep the business that we've worked so hard to acquire. And we can keep our businesses healthy. And we can keep the environment healthy too. And in my opinion, any business that does not do that will not be here for long. Now, in this whole topic, as I explained earlier, I am no expert. I know nothing about it. I am confident of very little. But of that one thing, I am certain.